We ain't no beta bitch. We alphas up in this mother bitch.
Hold on, but y'all not bitches though, y'all ladies.
Oh,
like
get out of here,
said,
simp. All right, guys, you're looking at the thumbnail, you're looking at the title of the video. You already know what time it is. It is time to get active. Title of today's video, The Race, R-A-C-E, to submit. This video comes from It's Complicated. Fantastic content creator. Guys, I'm gonna leave a link to this down in the description box down below for you to go check out the entire video. Without further ado.
What advice would you have a guy who maybe sees you in a bar and thinks you're really attractive and wants to approach you without being perceived as creepy?
Don't be creepy.
Do you think it's true women often find attractive men cute and romantic when an ugly one doing the exact same thing is creepy?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't. I think all men are, I assume, the worst. So I
Okay,
don't
interesting.
see that.
Let me ask you this.
Well, she said I, so she's using an anecdotal experience versus women in general. Women in general definitely act differently if they're attracted to the person. Okay? But interesting answer.
Yes. Why is it okay for women to paint men with a broad brush as something to be feared, but if men did the same thing to women, it would be sexist?
Oh. Good
I
question.
think that based on the statistics,
Yeah.
Okay.
it usually is
Let me ask
men
you
as
this.
the perpetrators.
Let me ask you this. Is it okay for women to fear men when 80% of all violent crime is done by men?
Yes, I mean that's why that broad paintbrush is there.
She said no.
Okay. How is that different than judging certain races based on statistical data? In other words, why is it okay for women to be sexist but not racist?
You just gonna drop an atom bomb like that, my G? Jesus. Yo, listen. The logic, I love this line of questioning because he's using the Socratic method to understand logically how they think. And the important thing of being able to know how to do this effectively is that what it brings up is a logical equation. And what he's doing is he's taking that logical equation and he's changing the context, okay? The logical equation of, well, if men are the perpetrators of most crimes, is it okay to paint men with a broad brush that you should not feel comfortable around them, right? But then take that same, and her answer was yes, the other girl was no, but then take that same logic and apply it to race. This is interesting because these are white girls. Let's see how they handle this.
Those are. I'm a sociology minor. I'm thinking.
Oh, she's stuttering.
The difference between being sexist and racist. Can you ask the question again?
Well, I'm saying.
Oh, good question.
Well, you're basing something off of statistics, and then you can't say the same thing based off the. You can't ignore one statistic and go completely full in on one another.
Yeah.
That's because it's systematic. It's systematic racism. It's built into our society, in the same way sexism is. It's
She didn't like
systematic
that.
racism. It's built.
Look at the eye roll. Look at the eye roll. Wait, hold on. Let's keep going. The systematic oppression, the victimhood mentality,
into our society, in the same way sexism is.
Well, right, but I'm just saying that, there are statistics to back up certain reasons that certain people might,
I would
paint
just
certain
say it's
races with a
because
broad brush, so-
racism is more prevalent and has more severe consequences than sexism. Because
And
in our society
whoa.
right now, men and women are relatively more equal.
Wait.
than
How
the
is
differences in color of your skin.
what the worst that men can do to women any as bad as violent crime of a different race?
Are you interviewing me?
Yes.
This is getting good. Go
That's
ahead.
a good question.
Ask your question, then we're done.
What'd you say?
You said, oh well, one's
They're not gonna be friends after this.
systemic, and then the other is
Well, they both are.
Then you said one has worse consequences. But how is rape worse than you murdering someone else?
I would say they're
What?
both bad and neither should happen. But I do think murder is worse.
Well, then why does so? Are you saying that one is happening because of systemic racism and
They're
the
both-
other is happening
No,
because
she's
of
not
sexism?
saying that.
It's a lot to unpack here.
women are painting men with...
It got confusing there towards the end. But the interviewer, I loved his line of questioning because it challenges the premise, right? Like based off of the logic. Where they started to go after that got a little bit confusing, but let's keep going.
with a broad brush as something to be feared, but if women did that to a certain race, that would be racist. You're generalizing an entire group of people, either based on skin color or based on their gender, right?
Yeah, the world's so fucked up, like, honestly.
All right, this is an interracial dating question, okay? Are you more likely to see black men dating white women or white men dating black women?
Black men, white women.
You see black men dating white women all the time. You don't see white men dating black women all the time. So,
black men dating white women.
And why is that?
To be honest, I'm not really quite sure. That's just what I see.
I feel like
it's actually not that much different from a marriage perspective. I don't have data on relationships, but from a marriage perspective, it's only like 10 to 15% more that black men are dating white women over white women dating outside of their race. Okay? Only like 10 to 15% more. But from the complaints on the internet, it seems like 80 to 90% more. That's what data can do for you versus anecdotal experiences.
they might be intimidated by us black women.
Oh, Jesus.
So they might do.
Here goes another one.
Race. I don't see myself dating a white guy, nothing against his race, but it's more about like my bloodline and keeping it pure and black. And maybe if I want to have children, I want my children to be black. Nothing against like skin color, race, nothing.
Take her words and change the race. If it was a white girl that just said it's all about keeping my skin pure, how would you guys receive that? How is it any different? Let's keep going.
I have two theories and I want to see what your opinion is, okay? Theory number one is the infamous BBC.
Uh-oh. Stop laughing.
Theory number two is black women are often perceived to be seen as less submissive.
The BBC, that ain't true. Yeah, cause some
seen a whole bunch of a whole bunch of people. Black
I thought you were talking about submission.
They ain't packing.
Okay. So you think that's a myth?
Yeah, not all black men are blessed.
Black dudes dating white women because
they didn't touch on the submissive thing, but let's keep going.
White women love our dicks. Love our penises. My bad.
And what about the theory, a lot of black men that I've interviewed have told me that they have perceive black women are often seen as less submissive.
Because some black women, they want to come off as independent. I don't need a man, blah, blah, blah. Like, sometimes some black women don't want their man to take control, I guess, and they want to be seen as independent. I don't need nobody.
It's not
a powerful black woman. We ain't no beta bitch. We alphas up in this motherfucker bitch.
Hold on, but y'all not bitches though, y'all ladies.
Oh,
like
get out of here,
said,
simp.
And like he said, we're queens. And like he said, we're queens. And at the end of the day, we're alpha.
There's nothing more disrespectful than watching a young lady wearing love earrings with a cigarette at full attention talking about that she's an alpha bitch. It's her words, not mine. In a state where there's no ring on her finger, she has the simp valedictorian of his high school boosting her up as a queen. The thing is that all of me saying this, all of the haters will call on my channel and be like, oh, you hate black women. This I look at and I can't deal with. You understand what I'm saying? From an attitude, from a bad behavior perspective, if you can't separate race from the attitude and the behavior, you don't belong on this channel. You don't belong on this channel because you lack accountability and you lack depth. You lack curiosity to perform better. Take the stogie out your mouth. Take the raspiness, the masculine attitude out your voice. Wounded masculine, out your voice. begin to love yourself. And once you start to love yourself, maybe you can love the opposite gender. So sad to see.
And it's okay to be that, because if we weren't, guess what? We would be doing horrible. We would be doing horrible. We gotta be strong, or else we're gonna get walked all over on.
Why do so many women think that being submissive
is
a sign of weakness?
Because most women that are submissive get ran over.
Okay, but at the same time, wouldn't you also say that a lot of men that trust their women and, you know, make themselves vulnerable will get run over as well?
Yep, because we got a friend who do it to her man all the time. Drag him through the mud.
Damn.
And is it possible to be in love without making yourself vulnerable?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's okay to be vulnerable to a man, a good man. A good man.
A worthy man.
A worthy man, a strong woman.
Be vulnerable to a worthy man.
A strong man.
Yeah.
Does a man have the right to define what a woman is?
Not at all. Not at all. I disagree with that.
I disagree with that one too.
Same thing, vice versa.
So then what gives women the right to define what a real man is?
Uh-oh, he asked.
Just like they have the right to define what a real woman is.
Well, right, but aren't women...
She's like, yep. I got 100 on that test. That's what... It's so weird when you ask these questions and you ask it from, one gender perspective, and then you get, well, the reason that we do that is because men do that. Lack of accountability.
And always saying like a real man should be this and a real man should be that.
Just like men say that. Just like men say that we should be this and we should be that.
We should be able to cook. We should be able to
cook, clean.
Which we should,
all that.
definitely.
Yes, and I do all that shit.
But
at the day, yeah,
it goes both ways.
Often we do try to define what a real man is, and you know what, it's crazy because we can't figure that out until we live that. Until we experience what a real man is. If we wasn't taught what a real man is, if we didn't see an example of a real man, we don't know ourselves.
We can only go from
like you said, we're making ourselves vulnerable and open to seeing if this person is
well, if a woman doesn't even know what a real man is, how do you know whether a man is worthy of submitting to?
Well, we know how we're supposed to be treated. We know that we're not crazy. It doesn't take a book, just like it doesn't take a lot to raise kids. We're not given a book to raise. It's no instructions. So it's no instructions with a man. We obviously knows because after time, we knows if a man's bullshit, he's bullshit.
Rolling up.
If a man's good,
Demonetized.
We knows how, because we're going to feel it. It's going to be felt.
Why?
Did she say it wasn't going to take a lot to raise kids? I wholeheartedly disagree with that. I think it takes a lot in order to raise children, at least to raise them to be well. You know what I'm saying? Like to do well within life. I think it actually takes a lot more than what she gives credit to. That's actually a lot of the reason why, if I look at my life and I'm actually putting off, having children, it's because I know how much time that it takes, right? I look at the way that my pops put his entire life on hold in order to make sure that I turned out the way that I did. And, within that, to continue components of his legacy. I mean, shit, I just had a conversation not too long ago where he was just like, ain't no one can tell me I didn't do a good job. After he saw the YouTube channel, he was like, that's my boy. He said, ain't no one can't tell me I didn't do a good job. And the thing is like, but he put time in. It was me and my pops together, only us, for years, and he put in the hours in the gym in order to make sure that I was a disciplined young man going into adulthood that can make strategic and correct decisions. Anyway, we're getting off the topic of the video. Let's keep going.
Why do women often attack a man's masculinity when they don't get what they want?
Because
they do that to us.
And they're really prideful. So when you do something like that, their pride is
like all of it. Like they hit on us because we're pretty, but then we're not trying to fuck them. So all of a sudden, we're not pretty anymore. Am I wrong?
No.
That's a great point. I've heard that before as well. It's like, you won't date me, so now you're ugly, right?
Exactly.
Why do you think men,
every time.
But the same thing happens if you tell a man that he's attractive, right? That actually raises women points up. But what I don't agree with is that at the point that you say, I don't want to get your number, and then the dude fires back with some insult or something like that. That I do not agree with. But the same kind of goes both ways. I've had 5s turn into 6s after they gave me the correct choosing signals. Like, all right, I'm going to give her a call. Shit, why not? Before that, I had no intentions on going and getting the number until the choosing signals got egregious. Let's keep going.
Why do you think men do that?
Because they're thinking
it hurts their ego.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. Do you believe that being in love requires you to be vulnerable?
100%.
Okay. How can you become vulnerable without getting taken advantage of?
I think there's a fine line between taking advantage of someone and loving them. I think it's a hard thing, and losing yourself in love. But I mean, I'm only 19. I haven't quite figured that out yet. So let's ask the 22-year-old.
They both don't know.
You do become vulnerable when you fall in love, but you just gotta take the risk of being taken advantage of and be confident that in yourself, in who you are, and your identity. But love sucks. Let's get that straight.
Okay. And also, by the way, have either of you guys ever had your hearts broken before?
Oh, yes.
The one on the left,
100%.
definitely.
Right now, bro. Right now. Not doing well.
And have either of you ever unfairly
about to
punished
cry.
a potential suitor based on previous bad experiences?
Not personally.
Definitely.
So what advice would you give to somebody who maybe is like kind of had some bad experiences and maybe wants to learn how they can trust somebody again and make themselves vulnerable?
I don't know how to trust anybody again.
I mean, so far, I think it would be to just not let it go, but let it go. And each person's different, and try. And if it doesn't work out, you're you. Be free.
Live your life, and if it happens, it happens.
What percentage of modern women are marriage material?
Let me be honest. It's not very many.
Oh.
You know why?
Come with the
Women
real.
are in tune to their body. They're not in tune with running a household. They're in tune to social media. They're not in tune with the needs of their significant other or their kids. I'm just going to be honest. The women really is like, fuck men. It's all about me. And I don't know if it comes from the fucked up experience that they've had.
That's part of it.
Or
We're enough. It's enough.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay, wait. Let me just. Wait.
Victimhood.
Okay. Wait. Can I just finish one more thing? Okay. And one more thing about that. Why then, if that's true, why do we have the expression "Where have all the good men gone?" but nobody's asking "Where have all the good women gone?"
Great question.
Oh, they do.
We're privileged. Privileged.
From where I'm from,
we're the fucking prize. And if women don't know that we're the prize, fuck a nigga, we're the prize.
I knew I didn't like her for. They're not gonna be friends for long. Listen, ladies, okay, for the ones that understand the issues with today and are going out on their way to become marriageable material, if you hold on to, my bad, let me get that off the screen. If you hold on to friends like this, they will forever keep you back. I understand she's a little bit drunk right now, but if you hold on to energy that looks at what you want negatively, like it just won't work out. It just won't work out. Shit, it's like if I had a friend and I'm talking about, yo, I want to do this, I want to make all this money, I want to get into real estate, get this real estate. Ew, why would you ever stock investing? Ew, are you serious? And you hanging out with him all day? Dog, that's gonna impact you after a while. If that's in your immediate circle, the same thing happens for relationships. All right? Remove the bad energy, remove the juju. Let's keep going.
And if women don't know that we're the prize, fuck a nigga, we're the prize.
Why are men expected to value all women as a collective, but women don't value all men as a collective?
Oh, hold up. Women do value all men, okay? It's just really like certain people don't value, but I value my men, okay?
Well, no, I'm not talking about your individual man. I'm talking
Like
about all men as a collective.
Yeah, like
That's what I mean.
Value like all men.
I'm saying like, but don't women often say like, men ain't shit, men, men are cheaters, men are liars,
Jogged your memory.
But men are expected to treat all women like queens.
Okay. Yeah. Give up the mic.
No, because not all women queens.
Go.
Some women
hoes.
So why do you think
not all men are kings? Shit go both ways. All right? You got to earn the queendom. You got to earn the kingdom. Keep going.
That we have the expression, where have all the good men gone? But nobody's asking, where have all the good women gone?
Great fucking question. You know why? Because women, they think they rule the world. I don't know why.
Okay, let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
Why do women often talk about how they secretly run the world, but then also complain about how they're so oppressed?
Because girls are fucking confused, bro.
A real woman can take a homeless man off the street and make him something.
How many women are willing to take a homeless man off the street and make him something?
I can't speak for other women.
Well, how often do you see that happen?
I see it where I'm from a lot.
I like her a lot.
You can be, and y'all can build together.
Okay, but here's the thing. I agree with you, but it's often said, and I'm not saying I made this rule, but it's often said that women today don't care about a man's struggle. They want to show up at the finish line and pick the winners.
I'm not that woman. I can't relate to those women.
I believe
Why is it
her.
that a rich man would change a broke woman's life, but a rich woman is less likely to give a broke man a chance?
Okay, so now that depends on the person, because you can maybe feel in your heart like, I'm helping this person, getting them off their feet, but once you get them off their feet and they damn throw that person to the side because of how they're feeling, they feel like they done bossed up. Like, it just depends on the person. Like,
and men get comfortable. Like,
okay,
in the beginning we try to hold you guys down, and then y'all start getting comfortable and want us to take over the role, and then it's just like, okay, well, what are your goals? Why are you still being the same? Like, why are you not trying to level up? Like, I'm not your mom. I'm not here to take care of you. I'm trying to boss up with you. We're
trying to boss up together.
Yeah, like, we're trying to do things together, not me doing things for you because you don't want to get out and do it.
Why is it that a man often has to lead first before the woman's willing to submit, rather than the woman submitting first so that the man can lead?
Great question.
Okay, but at
Conditional
the same time,
femininity.
if we're just taking it back to just a man being a man, a lion, an animal, or in a jungle, we know who is, the dominant. If you want to be dominant, if that's what you're saying you're going to be, then do that, and I could be submissive to you.
I've heard from a lot of black men that they
They just overstepped the question. They overstepped the question regarding conditional femininity. They just overstep as if, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dudes have to lay down and prove something in order to get. I did a whole live stream on this shit. Maybe I'll link the live stream down below. I think it's complete malarkey. I think both should come to the table with the highest degree of masculinity, the highest degree of femininity. And if y'all try to, if shit work, y'all respect each other, then just see what happens. But there's something that, man has to come in with all of this, improving this, trying to pay for this, da-da-da-da-da. And then slowly after a while, she decides whether or not, or tells you that she's a highly feminine woman. And then when it gets down to it, you let it go for too long. And all of the shit that she was talking about that she wants to do to be submissive and agreeable was bullshit. Okay? Bullshit. Now you done wasted all your time, your money, your effort, all of that shit. Okay? Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Guys, I'm going to leave a link to this down in the description box down below. I probably took out a lot of different content, so make sure you go down there, click on the link, hit subscribe on this brother's channel, like the video, all of that good stuff, all right? And support your favorite content creators, all right? We appreciate it. Until next time, YouTube.